The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. What are the other ones? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their... Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea...
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
Fine by me. Let's see. Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Oh? Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. Guns are expensive and fragile, I think. But from time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were gone.
It absolutely does not.
No. There's nothing to find. He's dead. Lost to the wave. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was for...
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick. Life didn't really change that much.
She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her.
Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry. Aye. Sunny days.
No, ma'am.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it...
There's a moment's silence.
In time, when the sea turns and the wind...
My prediction, it will be at least 2 days. It takes you a moment, but the trap feels light. No locust, no phasmid either. But still, your voice echoes on...
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap. We did sort of promise to tell them.
Behind you, a ruined residential building. Is that a man? Looks more like part... The man leaned forward.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little...
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a
I'm here to receive the mother's love. You can't.
This man is obviously a habitual.
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Oh, yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here. I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you.
You know, actually, since we're here, you.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
The only thing we need to talk about is how this is the Church of the Mother of Silence.
You have no idea what the whatever it is. He's quite. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance he hath deceived his very self. This man.
Up there, Holmes. Oh man, I would love to see that statue. I'm sure I'd be trespassing. I done my share of illegal shit. Used to be in a gang, the whole deal. But even memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. Convenience has.
Do you remember your.
Tiago's my name. But those syllables don't mean much to me these days. I name it your place amongst your fellas. Your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters. Other spooker?
Viaita is Grandma?
No. I just call her Viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay.
Or search through her radio computer. A machine stands. The lieutenant doesn't. You see, Varesa, the lieutenant says nothing. You see the speaker.
Good afternoon.
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial.
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Please end the call and I have 2 machines registered.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint.
Anything else I can... Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still. Nothing happens. Behind the hatch, another filament memory. The mother of humanism.
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system.
You've checked all.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can... Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
It's great to see you again, officer.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Truly.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie.
The little silvery knob holding the tie. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important. You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still at...
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
Oh, you don't want to hear...
Ramblings.
But darling, I didn't even get this...
Measuring things,
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary.
reflexively.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand. I looked up, and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living... I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing...
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me
It did, yes.
the way it moved, the colour. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up. Not all of them. There is some white...
It's hard to say how big things are when you're...
What if it is the case?
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know.
So she couldn't have made it up.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother... You trying to tell us you...
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
Our first, yes.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one.
Always a pleasure to see officers. I told you everything I know, sir.
He's not feeling uncomfortable shifting around. Doesn't make him the killer, though. It's something else.
Can I help you?
What is this thing?
Cool. Okay. I was really hoping not to think about the... I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess?
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bring...
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
Nothing like good. Okay. And? Completely empty?
No locusts?
That's not ideal.
It just means the Insulindian phasmid...
She's engaging in a well-known self-dis...
Of course.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off...
Another trip to the reeds.
I appreciate your concern, officer.
You're jabbing at the soft underbelly.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big...
Thank you, it's an honor. We should
Damn it, Lieutenant. Have you no intellectual curiosity? You have your suspicions, but nothing you can form into a viable explanation.
Really, officer?
Yes, sweetie, we've already taken too much of your time.
Always a pleasure to see. I mean, officer.
Hey, was there something you needed? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, yes, that door. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, and the phone comes not straight. Who told you that? Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I... Yes? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes? Hey, was another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that... Yes. Yes, and the phone's not straight. Who told you that? Fine, yeah. It looked like... If you do find out... Yes?
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. The hell am I supposed to know? People come and...
They probably just moved. She mumbles.
I know. If it's barely...
She hasn't spoken to anyone.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol. Did you?
Quickly. She's memorized.
It is a relief to see a W freighter here. The situation is precarious to... I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer... They were dispatched after I relayed the...
Every work.
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a... Absolutely not. These mercenaries are...
Who are they?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat
So what?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, he was taken out behind the whirling... Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have... It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are...
What is the nature of...
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. Surely you're joking. These people are killers. My only hope is that if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute...
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant?
The Seraï's giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every...
As I said, a bloodbath. Many bleak scenarios have already come true. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete... Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend...
Since you are sharing, ma'am.
Then we're on the same page. As grim... Not much. Their public resume is relative... They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eendracht...
Meaning they're used.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors. Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands. Countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military. I wouldn't go as far...
It's the expression she objects to.
Yes.
She picked a strange hill to die on. Strike. She's silent.
What is the purpose of this, detective?
Paramilitary death squad is a bit rich. But yes, were it up to me, I would have at least... Sadly, no. Before this happened, if you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a...
The International Collaboration Police, ICP.
Do you know a lot about the...
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the ask. I have. And they will. However, these orders take time.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some... that the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman.
The lieutenant consults his note.
Odd. We haven't heard any report.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling Inn. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. Lely. His service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge. One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis.
What would you say was his eye color?
She closes her eyes.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking us...
That's all right, ma'am.
He was 40, or 50. It's...
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting. That's wise. Our goal is to avert catastrophe until the executions start.
They don't report their progress.
Not on this matter. I'm afraid it's a matter of days. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. Of course. Excuse my
For about...
It was taken with a Trigat not long ago. This is the man's upper body.
Her mouth is relaxed. They accord...
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can't. But that's how you read this story. Close. Port cities. This is an Oranese map of the waterways. A sailor's tattoo worn by way of his platoon members? The other contractors, though...
You wouldn't even know where to start.
Quite a few. Vredefort.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Preto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal. Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder.
The old...
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can...
Vredefort? Vredefort has a military academy.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways. Just like we don't...
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the...
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of... contrapt. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Whoa. A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is precinct 57. How may I... Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you? Billy Majon, you said. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number...
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just... Marie? Marie? Do you remember reading it? Yes, it was my colleague, Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book.
Good. You have a name now.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her. Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie! She said it was an older man, and, sorry, Marie wasn't really paying... Happy we could...
Anything else you need from me? One moment. Can you please describe the body?
We suspect he might have been in a...
Any signs of violence? No field autopsy necessary. What about his belongings? Did you examine any information on the library card? Good. Yeah. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the... I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting it. 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook.
The streets will flow red once more.
The streets will not flow.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was and here I was trying to be...
A brush, an artist. That smell coming from her paint, red-dyed heavy fuel oil, is only used in government vehicles. Or at least that's the idea.
I ain't no snitch, pigsty.
Actually, there is a shortage of...
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucker. Can't you tell? I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti-o? We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cards. Yeah? Thanks.
She means the opposite.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jack. Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage. What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Ugh, alright. Sad piggy.
Could that girl have been little Lily? It's not a bad place to start.
Could have been her. Small.
There weren't any other small girls. The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust, the woman on the boat.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her. On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in... Have you got a crush on her? Watch your back.
You hear someone walking around. This door has been closed. That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram. The star and antlers was developed even today, half a century after. The star and to symbolize the toppling of the... Also, some social democrats were already... The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown because white is the color of... Communism is the ideology of gutless intellectuals and... A weathered brown door. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
You're right. Let's talk this. We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our... Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
The lieutenant motions towards...
Hello? Who is it? The police. I'm coming. It's you from the bookstand. I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like some...
The lieutenant has taken off condensation from stepping inside.
Is this about Victor, my husband?
Keep it together. You don't want to...
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor off...
How about some small talk before you break the news?
People got to eat? What is this? How have I been? You're not here to...
Can't write a scene with...
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have two dogs. Jolie is 16 and Jenny is... The girls are staying...
She swallows.
He has a... He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but no, I guess it shouldn't be long from now. His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket. No, well, the lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the
She folds her. Here it comes. She looks up, too anxious to say anything. You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike.
Oh. Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here.
We understand this comes as a huge shock.
What happened to him? Was he drunk? I see. And you just... how long have...
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever. She blinks, eyes the handkerchief. A small, terrified smile quivers on her face as she takes the handkerchief and wipes away the tears.
Is there anyone we could call?
No, no. I just need to tell my girls.
It burns unreal.
God.
No. A day.
Good. That's just tell me what...
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that he has?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
We should step outside and talk. You did well. You did enough. Can't save the whole world.
Can't bring the dead back.
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage. That's it. We should get back to... Let's go.
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Don't say that. He's not even real. You're real. Cheer up, sir. No need to compare yourself to a fictional character. Maybe you can show me some real deductive police work, sir. Like in the book.
The girl keeps her hands folded.
What do you mean, sir?
She looks around. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the... She brings out her reddened...
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that. You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not...
Because you usually aren't. I sure hope you are, sir.
There she stands. Sweat. There's something you're missing.
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say. That's a friendly enough face, most of the time. It's the type of book, or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and it happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the... I haven't read many of those. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No.
You can take this. Blossom, the girl, is at a loss. She shifts and sways on her feet.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how to help you. Sir, sorry, sir. Maybe some about other books?
Hey, so we've been monitoring you. Yes. Guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Of course you are. It's okay. That won't happen. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a this one.
Lily's our mum.
The stone kicker. The other one. Wow. So intellectually stimulating. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a...
You're stupid. Okay.
Hey, good to see you. So what's happening?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel... Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? This calls for a funeral, if you ask me. Police business. I understand. Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the... This calls for a funeral, if you... Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all? Why odd? Our things are a part of our...
Life world. Someone's been reading...
Oh, yeah? You won't even be able to guess. Take it from someone...
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it. Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's...
The old woman, still, there's a gap where the name of that song should be.
Stay. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. Don't...
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here.
A lullaby my mother used to sing. Yes, it does.
The door has...
I'll wait outside to give you... After we are done with the day,
The key turns with a... An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in... You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period. You take the legal documents out of the envelope. With a confident flourish, you complete your forgery. Indeed, they look this, but they're not. And the document will be all you need to do now. There was a mail delivery box in the plaza, near the corner of the bookstore. The youth center.
Yes?
Hello again. Sure, what's on your mind? But of course, I do some...
Low Mantang stick fighting is a form of martial arts.
Actually...
You doze off. Man.
But anyway, I'm boring you. Then I guess everything got set.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine. Calling. Still someone.
Hello?
Hello, Gerard. No, what you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone.
Who is this? Who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that? Very funny, asshole. Why don't you...
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone. The shaggy-haired girl.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you gonna... Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Of course I do. I just...
To the cops.
Me?
A silver bird. Feels strangely familiar.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be...
Hello, mister. Yes, They look the same. They look identical. Yes, I am. Little Lily. Uh-huh. Mom is great. You know what's great about everything? Oh, I had gloves.
Where did you get this?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for him.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. Bye!
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The walls and floors give.
Congratulations.